Hi, everyone. My name is Wendy Robinson. I am the founder of Amphibian Unlimited, and I am currently located and sitting on a comfy couch at the Maitland Conservatory with Mr. T. Miller.
T. Mill, come out and play. You are listening to In Tune with T-Mill.
We are progressing and preserving the culture through real conversations with people who've had real success. Multicultural artists and musicians, models, entrepreneurs, innovators, and activists. This is Paradox East, and you are in tune with T-Mill. Powered by the MaitlandConservatory.org.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of In Tune with T-Mill. I'm your host, T-Mill, live from the Rocket City. You will now be encouraged and entertained. Nothing will change until you change something, and we're here to change the status quo today with the International Fashion Xplosion, and that is Xplosion with an X if you are looking for it. It's going down in the Rochester, New York area. And to talk about it, I've got a very special guest, Miss Wendy Robinson. How you doing?
I am doing great and explosive.
Explosive. There you go. There you go. Now, we came up with this idea. You and I, we talked earlier this morning. And I wanted to talk about this because it to show people how quick things can happen and how we can get things done, and we don't have to just wait 2, 3, 4 weeks. We talked about doing this interview this morning, y'all, and here we are this afternoon to talk about this very special event. Now, to those that are not already familiar with it, what is the International Fashion Xplosion?
Okay, well, what it is my partner for Rochester, New York is Kelly Pope, who would be KP Productions. She's a model, it's a professional model. She's been published, and it's so funny because she's a former student of mine when she was in high school, and later on in life we became colleagues in college, and so now we're together again. And I do a lot of producing, a lot of staging for fashion shows. I traveled with a designer for a year, and we traveled across the United States, and so it just enhanced what I could do in the learning different things in the fashion industry. So I got a phone call from Kelly saying, hey, look, I want you to bring your professionalism, bring your aura, bring everything that is about you, and bring it to Rochester so that we can kind of get exposed to something different. I said, okay, fine. And at that time, Kelly is a single mother with 2 boys, and she wanted to make sure that the event was not just productive in the fashion industry, but productive in the community and the lives of those it could touch. So we wanted to do this to give back to the community, to someone who was doing great things in the community. And originally we started out, because Kelly has never done this before, I've done it before. I've even helped produce a show during New York Fashion Week in September. So I'm pretty familiar with what it takes to do this. And I said, look, if we can get 6 to 8 designers, and maybe 40 to 60 models, that would be a great show. And anyone who does this for a living or travels around on the circuit knows that that is a good thing. And if you can get 100 people to show up, it's great. Well, it started with that's the vision. Now we're going into motion, because the key to Amphibian is connect, evolve, and engage. So we connected. Now we're evolving with the idea. So we started doing photo shoots. And at one photo shoot, my daughter put her silver heels down, and my husband took a picture of these silver heels. They're silver glitter heels. So that became the onset of now over 30 designers, 17 on a waiting list, over 100, and it was up to 150 models on a roster, 2 days, live performances as the models are going, and it is just phenomenal. It's up to 12 states are represented in this Xplosion.
And this is going down in the Rochester, New York area this upcoming weekend.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Will. The show dates are March 25th and 26th. So on the 24th, we're going to all bombard on Rochester, and not only is it going to be a show, but we're doing empowerment. We have sessions, 2 of them, that are called Empowering Me. Because anytime I do something, I don't want to just take. I want to empower and motivate. I love motivational speaking. So we're not only going to do the show, but we're going to empower all these models, makeup artists, hairstylists, designers, new and old, to move further, to decide if this is what I really want to do. How do I engage, which is the last step of Amphibian. Connect, evolve, now engage, and make it happen.
Okay. Now, for those that have never been to an event like this, or that are new, or they're just hanging out in Rochester, they're just looking for somewhere to go. They want to see some pretty women or pretty men, or they just want something to do. And, handsome men, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They might, or pretty men, whatever they're going to do, So whatever they're looking for,
right.
If they want to, be included in a fashion event, and I always tell people, no matter what industry you're in, 90% of the work is being there.
Yes.
So you could have all the talent, you could have all the wanting to do something, but being there is 90% of what you need to do. So whether you're just starting out, a brand new model, brand new designer, don't think that this event is not for you. Go there so you can learn and network and rub some elbows and stuff like that. So for those that are new to it, though, you mentioned performances. Take us through a little bit about what they can expect at this event.
Okay, well, at this event, it's so good that you touched on to people who are new into the industry, and that's a part of what this is. We will have designers who are brand new, which a lot of them will be featured or have different styles on that Saturday, and then Sunday is when it just all really goes down. So we will have plus size models, we'll have petite plus size models, we'll have tall plus size models, we'll have the medium, the in between, the male, the female. Everybody will be involved. So when you come, I believe that we are going to set an atmosphere that is going to be conducive for positivity, meaning whether you're new to the industry, whether you understand what's going on with the industry, we wanted to make it so that everyone can understand, from the babe to the elder. So when you come, expect to be excited, expect it to be vibrant, not just in color, but just a vibrant atmosphere, and expect to have a good time, because everyone involved truly loves what they're doing. So this for us is not just about, is it Mercedes-Benz? No, it is about positivity and a movement to empower not just those involved, but those that come to partake. We're spreading our table, partake, have a buffet, eat away.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, what's on the menus? They're going to be a buffet. Because
well, on Saturday we decided that we wanted to do a little something different. So it's the day when we're presenting a lot of the casual wear, a lot of the urban wear, things of that nature, everyday wear. So we have solicited. I can tell the secret now because the show is coming. We have an artist who has gone through and she's taken and created these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful paintings. She has a team, so that will be displayed. We have shoe designers, we have jewelry designers, we have, oh my gosh, it's just literally everything. And the first night, we're going to do a Rip the Runway feel where we're going to have live musicians. We have a couple of recording artists. We have one young lady, I believe she's 10 or so, who have singles. So it's just reaching out. Man. And as they do what they do, the models and designers are literally going to rip the runway. So it's a combination of Victoria's Secrets meets... I'm just saying Wendy Robinson, because that's me. Maybe I'm setting a standard.
There you go.
I'm trying to set a new standard.
Yeah, and for those people that are out there and wondering about what a designer is, let's talk about.
I love that.
Yeah, let's talk about what a designer is, not the rapper. We're talking about.
You say. You touched on something there. That's a part of being educated. I am a fourth, as far as I know, it could go farther back, generation seamstress. A seamstress is someone who can sew. They can get a pattern. They can make it like it is. They can do the pillows, the draperies. But a designer is a whole different level, because a designer has to have vision. A designer has to be creative. So a designer sometimes will go in and take something out of their head, draw it on paper, and now try to bring it to life. Now, when dealing with designers, you have some that do actually sew, but then you have some that solicit to a seamstress to bring it to life. Right. So a lot of times with the Tommy Hilfigers and all these other name brands that are out there, he's not actually doing the sewing.
Tommy ain't doing
no, sir. No, sir. He has hired someone, a seamstress, to do it. So the great thing about our Sunday is we have restricted to solely designers. Ooh, so no tags. We'll be going down the runway. We're going to really give it that chance to be a designer. Now, you could be a seamstress and take a pattern and mix different, because some designers do use patterns, or they're able to make their own. That's how they reproduce or replicate. So you can go and get a pattern and say, I'm going to mix these textures. I'm going to mix this. So that still makes you a designer, because you have beaten off the path that was given and now tapped into your creativity to bring something to life.
So you're telling me that someone could, get some fabric or some cloth or some whatever type of material, and they could seam something together and stitch something together, whether it be with a big huge machine or an old school sewing machine, and they could put something together and they could make a dress and find a model to wear their dress, or put together a suit coat like this young brother here right here with a nice suit.
Don't even good.
You know what I'm saying? And the vest. Check out the vest. Check out the suit. Check out the hat. Somebody had to make that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's not going to turn my camera around, y'all. He playing with me.
But somebody can make that, you know what I'm saying? Or the ensemble that you're wearing or that she's wearing.
Yes.
Somebody can make that and sell it. Is that what you're telling me? Somebody can make some money with that?
Oh, are you kidding me? That we're wearing designers right now. When you go to Walmart, when you go to Kmart, when you buy something that has a tag inside it, someone has designed it, created it, and replicated it. So yes, anyone can be a designer. Now, there's a difference between a designer and a stylist. And people get that twisted.
Let's talk about the stylist.
Because every designer is not a stylist. They just have a vision, they see it, and they want to put it together. And so oftentimes, designers will hire a stylist, which is a person that comes, it's just what it says, style this. That's how I look at it.
Like our model in here today, Miss Vonda,
I didn't know she was Vonda. Miss Vonda need to see me, because we have another show coming up on May 7th. Miss Vonda could have been in Rochester, New York. We're taking 4 carloads of models summer flying from this area to Rochester.
Well, see, Miss Vonda, she didn't got up the upper echelon. She don't accept my calls no more. I tried to tell her about it. You know what I'm saying? But you see, she had to. I had to drag her out the house. But like
we're gonna come back to Miss Vonda, because we're gonna stick with this stylist. So he can, but a stylist brings it to life. So you can just take a piece of fabric, 2 yards of fabric, cut a hole in it, and then you hire and you say, "Hey, this is my design." Or you could take a pair of jeans and put some strips in it, but you get a stylist to come in to bring the look to life. So they'll add the earrings, they'll add the clutch, they'll add the purse, they'll add the jewelry, they'll add the belts, the glasses, they'll bring that to look. So a lot of times designers will go out and hire a stylist. Now, every designer is not a stylist, and every stylist is not really a stylist either.
There you go. Now, I want those of you guys that are watching, and I'm also tell we're doing 5-10 different things. I'm gonna have Vonda also invite, at the very bottom, to invite some people to the chat room, just any names that you recognize, things like that, to invite people to the chat.
He don't know how to invite nobody. Y'all got to tell him, because they probably Vonda gonna help him, because Vonda want to be on my good list.
Now, Now it's all right. Now, what I want y'all to do, those of y'all that are watching in the chat room and in here, if you're watching here and if you're watching here, wherever you're watching at, I want y'all to drop some designers' names in there. Some stylists, some models,
makeup artists, hairstylists,
the hairstylists. Who else we missing? We got
coordinators. You have coordinators.
You got to coordinate every time. Am I the only one that thinks about John Witherspoon and Boomerang when somebody say coordinate?
Yeah. No, you're not.
You got to coordinate.
Yeah, you get the coordinators in there. It takes a lot to make a show come to pass. I have
we just named by 8 jobs?
Yes, I have several personal assistants, and their sole job is to what I call feed me the flow. The flow of the floor. The flow of the floor at any show is very important. You don't want to bore people. You don't want to have a lot of dead space. And remember, it is a fashion show, not a talent show. So if you want to be true to nature, so what they will do is we line 3 designers up at a time. And I constantly have that. And we push the flow. So the way we do that, I have several personal assistants, and that's their sole job. Assist the designer and get them to my door. And it works great. Our flow is so good that we really don't even need to have intermissions. Intermissions to me is just an opportunity to get people unengaged, and then you want to re-engage them. Keep them while you have them.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of times with intermissions, that again, you can interrupt the momentum, of the show, and so
that happens all the
while
time.
you have people's, again, the key word in this that she's saying is show. You have to show something, and if you're not showing anything, you don't have a show.
Right.
So if you don't have any designers, if you don't have any stylists, if you don't have anything to show them, then it's like, all right, we got to break for intermission. And
I'm getting ready to go. That's what they say.
That's
I'm getting ready to go.
To go. I might get out there in the lobby. I might see somebody I know
on their cell
phone,
phone,
miss something,
on Facebook,
whatever. So
Instagram.
Again, by you doing that and producing such a good show, that's going to keep people engaged.
Yes.
There's also the workshop that you mentioned.
Yes.
That's going on. Tell everyone about what that is and why that's important.
Okay, so with the workshop, there will be two things going on. One day, we will have a panel. On that panel, we'll have a photographer, a makeup artist, a hairstylist, a designer. We have several guest speaking models, a male, a female, and a plus-size model who have been in the industry for quite a while. And I'm even thinking about putting a parent. I am going to put a parent on the panel because so often models and people of that nature start at an early age. And so parents have no idea what direction or how to guide, and so often they're like, we need to get a representative. Well, with the age of technology, you can Google and do the same thing as an agency. So that's all a part of the empowering. So at that time, we'll have each of them speak maybe 5 minutes a piece, maybe, and then we'll do some question and answering. So they'll actually get to engage. Now, that Empowering Me session is open to the public, so anyone can attend. The cost is only $25, which the information you're getting is huge. And with that, they're getting to eat two meals a day.
Now, for $25, some
That's
of y'all
nothing.
pay a little more than that to get in the club.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And you don't get no drink. You're not getting anything to eat.
Nothing.
You just are getting in the building. I'm going to start charging a fee to get in my door, in my house. Because some of y'all pay for things that you have understand, it's cool, but again, $25. If it's important to you, then $25 should be no question. And again, because I want y'all to go to the clubs, I want y'all to patronize the businesses and to patronize these things, but also we have to patronize ourselves in the sense that we gotta spend some money to get educated.
It's called prioritizing. Invest in yourself so that when you go to all these other events and other places, you're going with the proper etiquette. Right. And that costs, they're getting a t-shirt on top of all of the education, and it is, we've investigated. We know that there are agencies that charge you, $450 out the gate just for you to come in and sign a piece of paper, and there's no guarantee as far as what they're actually going to do. So $25 is just my way of giving back to the community because it just covers the food.
Now, here's the thing, because we still have some time for the photographers or models, designers, and everything. Here's the hustler mentality. So if you're sitting out there and you don't have $25,
right,
but you're trying to get to Rochester, New York for this event,
right?
All right. So what you do is you can call up one of these hairstylists, or you can call up one of these boutiques that's in town. Say, yo, you know what? I got to get up to this fashion event, in Rochester, but I don't have $25.
Right.
I can figure out my way to get up there. I can do this and I can do that. If I figure that out, can you cover my $25 and I wear one of your outfits or one of your designs?
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I'm going to take crazy pictures.
It's called branding.
And tell everyone this is where I got it from. I need you to sponsor me this $25. Let me hold a little something and get up here to get up to this fashion event. Right. Or call up somebody. If it's important to you, you will figure out a way to do it. Right. If it's what do they say? If it's important to you, you'll find a reason.
If it's of value.
If it ain't, then you'll find an excuse.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I want people to get in contact with you to figure out how they can, attend this event or where, that they can get in contact with you to.
Well, that's good. A funny story. I'm a lady that's known. There's lots of stories. I once, I'm a hairstylist. Right. I'm a hairstylist of 20 plus years, sat on boards, taught cosmetology, wrote plays, sang lots of things. I once knew a young lady who needed an engine for her car. She was a college student. It was going to cost $800. Mm-hmm. Now, the average person will say, oh my God, I can't do it. I can't get the money. She went and asked everyone on campus for $1. In 1 week, her engine was fixed.
Wow.
So she needed $800. You need $25. If you ask 25 people for $1, chances are they'll give you more than $1.
Yep.
But 25 people will give you $1.
If you don't know 25 people to give you $1, what about your friends? Some new friends.
Somebody.
Pray, go to church or something. Tell God to help you out with that.
Tell them what you're trying to do, and they'll do that. And 9 times out of 10, it'll happen. My daughter got to attend New York Fashion Week two times in a row because we solicited as that manner. Whatever you have, $5, $10, $15, anything. We're so humble that we'll take whatever you have, and we raised enough for her to not only go but have enough to buy a couple of t-shirts. So it's just, you have not because you ask not, and pride comes before your fall. So if you let people know what you're doing and the mission behind what you're doing, and if you're committed, and remember, connect, engage, and evolve. Yeah. If you do all these things, anything is possible. If you want a Happy Meal, if you want to go to McDonald's, you'll find it.
I've seen some of the most, I've seen people be the most creative when they need a pack of cigarettes.
What you say? My daughter is one. My oldest. The oldest of 7.
Yeah, we get real creative. So to those of y'all that are really out here hustling, that are really out here on your grind and figuring out a way to make a way, salute to y'all, man, because those of you that are serious about your fashion, your designing, your photography, your career in the modeling fashion business, you will find a way to get there.
Yes.
You will find a way to be a part of it, or to connect with her to say, you know what, I can't make this one, but when's the next one?
And we do travel. We do have plans to travel. That's why I'm doing this show, and then I have one coming up in May 7th here in Huntsville area. Ooh. So what happens is I travel. This is a movement, people. This is not just about show. This is to change the standard of what we call the Chitlin Circuit.
Yeah.
The Chitlin Circuit is right there, right below Mercedes-Benz, but you can't kind of get over it, and you can't really, you're under it. So it's going to travel. So every time we accumulate, what we do is we create a Rolodex. And so now I'll say, hey, everybody, I'm going to New Orleans next. Who's interested? Because you've worked with me before, you get priority. And so people will say, oh, yeah, I can go. I'll do it. I want to do it. And so just because you miss one does not mean that you miss them all. But you have to be hungry.
Gotta be hungry.
You have to be hungry.
All right, and that's hungry in your mind, hungry in your soul.
Hungry in your mind and your soul, and serious about what you're trying to do. I'm all about creating legacy. There's a difference between being wealthy and being rich. Now, if you're trying to be rich, you can go out there and sell flowers on the side of the road. But I am interested in having my children and my children's children to have something tangible to put their hands on. And everything is not always about the finances. It does you no good to be financially there, but mentally you have a lot of unresolved, and you have nothing to live for. So that's what this movement is about.
We have a live question in the chat. Miss Lynette Jackson.
What up, Lynette?
I know, right? Hey,
Lynette.
Another beautiful model, what I'm saying, right here in town.
She wants to know, when is the Rochester event?
It is the Rochester, New York event is March.
In other words, Lynette trying to get there. That's what's up, Lynette.
The Empowering Me sessions start on Friday the 24th. The show dates are Saturday the 25th and Sunday the 26th. Now, the unique thing about this show is I'm empowering everybody. So anybody that knows about the modeling or fashion industry I sat in New York at a model call with over 800 models.
Sheesh.
By number 10. That was me. It didn't matter how you walked. I was like, look, let's just pick the next one because I just can't no more. You had in toes, out toes, big toes, little toes, what toes, potty toes. It was terrible. So a lot of people will spend money to go to these model calls. There's a difference between a call and a casting. A call is an audition, okay? And they would come to this model call, all these 800 people, but they only needed 100 models for the show. So all 700 people who came from all over had to go home feeling bad and downtrodden. Well, the thing about us is everybody that I choose is guaranteed to walk. I don't care if you're in the opening. I don't care if there are scenes. Everybody will be walking because it's about empowerment. Now, with that there comes accountability and responsibility. Don't show up. Right. Think you're going to do what you want to do, how you want to do. As my choir director said when I was in college, get your own choir. Get your own show where you can do what you want to do.
It's true.
So when you come with a positive mind and know that if don't think you're already there and you're better than everybody else there, because if you were, you wouldn't be there. You'd be somewhere else.
Exactly.
So if any and everybody that we accept. And so we're keeping the doors open.
And definitely any more,
got one more.
I like that. We like questions. You know what I'm saying? I mean y'all paying attention.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
We have William Henry Brown. He said, ask Wendy to talk about
Wow. Yeah.
That is my security.
Okay.
Hey, you know what? Jesus is your biscuit. Tell him what you want. And I'm going to go ahead and serve you a plate from the country buffet. Okay, William Henry Brown. We will have security. The Brown Brothers Securities will be making sure that we're safe and sound. Although I think I'm probably more dangerous than them. But Will B is one of our performers. He will be performing live. He's kind of like his father is like a brother, so that would make him my nephew. And he's always been very, very gifted. He's defeated many odds in his life. And he has a single. He's had several singles come out. He's auditioned for, what is that? Was it The Voice? William Henry Brown, you'll correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was The Voice, American Idol, or one of those competitions. He has auditioned for that. And so, a lot of times they can't take everybody, but he is awesome. So he will be one of our live performers on Saturday evening. And he's also appeared on, I think it's Good Morning Rochester. He's appeared on live interviews. And the great thing about Will B is his whole family is gifted. His sister is gifted, and he's just, I can't wait because I haven't seen him as a man perform, so we're really excited about that.
Will B, definitely make sure Will B drop those.
Yes, sir. There you go, William Brown.
Yeah, William B, drop that link in the chat room where they can find
that link in the chat room so they can hear the single that he recorded. He recently did within the past year, he's done a video as well for one of his singles. So I was very, very proud of him, and I'm honored that he would considering being a part of this event.
Wow. Yeah, you guys definitely keep dropping those questions in the chat room. Keep them coming along. Wherever you're watching from, keep dropping the questions in the chat room and asking about this international fashion explosion. I feel like I should say it British or something like that.
Yes. It was wordplay. It was word. What is it that we could do that's different? I didn't want to use the word show necessarily or event. Everybody's like, we're having an event. Well, the event is you and your mama eating chitlins and cornbread at the house. That's an event. Everything is an event. I'm at this event. I'm at this show. And it's not that. So, what is it? We don't want to just be local. We want to be international. Why settle for being a hometown hero? And then you want to feel Xplosion just makes you feel right. Yeah, it's gonna explode. That's it's gonna do that. It's just gonna just explode. So we cool with that.
We do have another question. Actually, it was up in the earlier.
Okay.
But they want to know when can we expect this event, quote unquote, down this way.
On May 7th, I will be with Triple D. I usually partner up with people to do these things. On May 7th, we will be here in Huntsville, Alabama, doing an evening of elegance with tapas.
An evening of elegance with tapas.
And it will have approximately 8 designers, all high-end designers. So they will be bringing the elegance. We will be having live music. We're going to have a little ballroom dancing going on. Maybe a chef in there, and it is going to be the high-end, and it's a celebration for mothers. It's honoring mothers. Cess Laverne is one of the featured designers of Triple D, and Triple D stands for Designers Declare Direction.
Yeah, because you got to explain that Triple
all
D
these
can mean
acronyms.
so many different things. Triple D. I started thinking about Total Recall. And it can mean a whole bunch of different things.
Yes, it's Designers Declare Direction, and the whole thing about Designers Declare Direction is they want people to get an opportunity to understand that it's broader than what it is, and understand and respect, and be engaged in what it is. We want to get out of all this other stuff and we want to direct you and give you the path and focus in. So it is going to be in honor of mothers. I am currently have open model calls, model casting for that. You can go to Amphibian Unlimited on Facebook, and everything that we do, we usually post in there. I'm funny about friends, y'all. Don't everybody watch this and decide you want to be my friend.
Well,
okay.
I'm going to see one.
Well, see, why she say that live, y'all? So I have to tell them to leave friend request. Oh my God. But yes. If you go to Amphibian Unlimited in the Facebook page, if you look there, we are currently accepting. We're doing model castings for that show, and New Orleans will be next after that.
Man, shout out. So everybody that's watching, you need to call up your folks in Rochester, call up your family you didn't talk to in 15 years.
Yes.
Call up your folks down south. Call up your folks in New Orleans, Huntsville, Alabama, everywhere. And tell them, say, look, you got no excuse. Because everybody knows somebody that's designing, or a stylist, or a makeup artist,
or have a desire.
That have that desire to make something happen. Now y'all can call them up or send them the message or send them the link. Stop sending them the fight link. Stop sending them the World Star link. Send them how to get paid. They're not getting paid watching World Star. They're not getting paid with all these crazy links. Show them how to get paid from their business and from being in this industry, and they can be a part of this.
Yeah, and we also take backstage crew. A lot of people think that the whole show is about the designers and the models, but without the care of your backstage crew, so maybe you're not a model, you're not a designer, hairstylist, makeup artist, photographer, or anything of that nature, but you are a person that loves to help and loves to assist. You are a person that has no problem being a team player. There are lots of other ways that we accept all the time. Volunteers. Know that coming in, there's a lot to learn. Right now, you can afford me. Right now, you can afford to be a part of the system because we're building together. Now, if you feel like you got to come in and be paid and then I have to tell you what to do, you're wrong. This is the wrong place. It's not the place for you. Okay. I
think the most people the people that have gotten into the industry that they're in, especially in entertainment, especially in the film industry, whatever industry, are the people that we see that are making money, that are making wealth. They started out, and I'm talking about the majority. I'm not going to say all of them, but the majority of them, they started from, and they still have a sense of humility. And service. That you have to have it. Whether you've got LVMH or Louis Vuitton or all these brands or Nike or Oprah or whoever you want to talk to, they came into the industry with a sense of service and humility. I'm going to do what I have to do to get to this next level.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to carry coffee, or I'm going to help out this. Miss Wendy needs me to count cars in the parking lot. I'm count cars in the parking lot.
That's
but you
business.
Also have to make a name for yourself. You know, it's not on just you're waiting for someone to give you that title, but you're making a lane for yourself, or at least making yourself known.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So Miss Vonda, she could have sat at the crib and not showed up today to the show, but she knows that there's an opportunity, so she's showing up and making herself available, making herself putting herself in that position, you know, to be able to be of service. And 9 times out of 10, whether it's, if you have a skill, whatever that skill is, all you got to do is say, look, this is what I do. You know what I'm saying? I make shoelaces. So if you need somebody to make some shoelaces,
I'm a graphic artist. I'm good at tying shoestrings. I have a gift. I have a fetish for shoes. And I've always wanted to go into, because a shoe designer does nothing but put stuff on the shoes. And just so, no matter what it is. And that's what Amphibian is about. Not just about doing fashion shows, but taking what you have, your vision, and bringing it to life. I look at myself as an auntie of many. I'm an auntie. So you bring in, and when we go through this process of labor and delivery and carrying the baby, and then we give birth, and when we give birth, I'm an auntie. There's no greater honor in this world than for people to look at you, admire what you're doing, and want to know how to do what you did.
Right.
There is no greater honor in this world, and I consider myself honored if anyone asks me anything, and I don't feel like anybody can take anything from me, because what's for me is for me. My portion is already set, so it's a long table. So I'm good.
And so before we get out of here, I also gotta make sure you guys know. Well, first, I normally start out the show by letting you guys know that I can't do this alone. That I have to bring in the squad with me. So the squad is with me in the building.
All right.
Miss Vonda, you know what I'm saying, holding it down with the live stream and holding us down with the chat. And then also Marcus Sims is in the building, and Spirit, our show producer, is here as well. Miss JQ right now, she's in a plane somewhere doing something, probably parachuting or something. But I definitely want to shout her out, because she's also a part of this event. Not only is she the producer of this show that you guys are listening to now, Into and T-Mill, but she's also a part. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
About JQ?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. JQ, and then I'm gonna shout out Kelly, because I ain't got a lot of people I'm gonna shout out.
Yeah,
but I'm
gonna
definitely
do the shout outs. Yeah.
Right. And everybody gonna be mad, but that's okay. Remember that when you didn't shout me out. Okay, it's my turn.
It's my turn to not shout.
Gotcha. JQ Ellis is we go way back. She is my original mentor when it comes to the fashion industry portion of my life. As I've said, I've done a lot of things. I was assistant to JQ for many years, and under her tutelage, what I didn't know, I was able to fine tune. And working with her and for her opened up the doors to meet other people, meet other designers, to meet models, to learn the background. And in fact, my daughter at the time was maybe 12 or 13 when we started, and so we trained her to everybody calls her a mini Wendy. We trained her. So we go back in that, and a lot of my mindset and a lot of my thinking comes from the things that I've learned from her. So Amphibian Unlimited, this is the first show that is done. It's not the first show I've done, but it's the first show under my name, which is Amphibian Unlimited. And that's another whole other of how we got that name.
Yeah.
But I considered it, I wanted to be surrounded by people who were impactful on my life. I couldn't take, unfortunately, everybody that has impacted me is not there. So please don't anybody get offended. There were a lot of people that helped me along the way. But for the job that I needed to be done in Rochester, I felt like there was no better fit than her, because she understands the industry. She knows how to work the front. She knows how to engage and be engaged and still keep it professional. A lot of the professionalism in me that people consider to be hardcore, I got from her. So for some people it's considered to be hard, but it really is discipline. No army is good without discipline, and no soldier agrees with everything that they're told to do. But because of their discipline, they're able to win not just the battle, but the wars. So I'm going into a place, and I considered it an honor for her to come in and do that, if nothing else, to be the MC and literally be my guardian angel.
Right. Now we're talking about MC as in a host of the event, because she'll get up there and start spitting some rhymes too.
Father, she knows how to MC, but she also the relationship that we have is kind of, we don't have to say words. It's a mental telepathy. A lot of people say I speak with my face. So if she decides to go off on the wayside, my face. and that in itself. But in choosing your MC, you have to understand what atmosphere you're setting. And so I know that she will set that atmosphere for positivity, for people to feel free, because we don't want you to come in bound. We don't want you to come in bondage. We want you to be free, but in that free, be controlled in it. So I know what she's capable of. JQ, I know.
Yeah.
I'm looking at that. I know what you're capable of.
Right.
In both aspects. So I think she'll be good for the models and for everyone to see as well, because she's been in the business and the industry for so long, and she's done so many different things. When she goes to the panel, she has so many different ways and so much to give to so many people from so many aspects. She is definitely a plus. So we are definitely, as people say, ride or dies. Yeah, we cannot talk to each other for a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 13 years. But when we are back together, it is as if we have never left. We have been friends for 25 years.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about.
So we go way back.
Well, you guys, this event, again, is going to be something. One, it's empowering. By you guys empowering each other, one another, the models, everybody that's involved with the event, especially those that are behind the scenes and those that are, helping out with the tables, the setups, this, the that, everything like that. And for the opportunity, I always say this, like, there's no excuse, y'all. There ain't no excuse for, I can't find an event, I can't afford this event, I can't, I don't know how to get into the industry. Whatever it is, there's no excuse of trying to get into the industry or to be a part of something like this, because here it is. And she just told us that it's also going to be in Huntsville soon. It's also going to be in New Orleans
and many more
places. So many more places. And there's somebody watching this right now, or listening, if you're listening live or listening to the podcast, that this is your aha moment, or oh cool, finally, you know what I'm saying? So get up, do something, reach out, get up, get out and do something. Stop sitting at the crib wishing and wondering and dreaming. Just get up and do it.
Right. Let me throw this plug in there real quick too.
Yeah, throw the plug in there.
If you are a person, because Kelly Pope, she is not the only person, and I love her, and I love her spirit and behind it. And I have to make sure we let you know, we did say that this is a fundraising event for Miss Maggie's summer camp. So I have to make sure I didn't leave that out before, because some people get to doing interviews and it's all about them and what they can do and all that. Okay, well, you forgot why you're doing it.
Yeah, don't forget about the shout outs.
Don't forget about it.
Don't forget about the shout outs.
So with that, the Miss Maggie's, what she does is she has a summer program for inner city kids who are low income, who can't afford to do camps. And so she provides them with this experience, and she does it out of her pocket. So we're going to be giving to Miss Maggie's this summer, giving to the summer camp. Part of the proceeds will be going there. Now, if you happen to be a person like Kelly Pope, you've heard me say that a lot of times I'll partner up. Maybe some of you watching are in a city or in a place where you feel like you want to have this experience. Remember, opening, I said Kelly called me and asked, could I bring this to her? So if you are that other person who is sitting somewhere and you feel like you would love to bring this type of experience or something similar to it to your city, to your town, to where you are, contact Amphibian Unlimited. You can go to the Facebook page, or we are Amphibian Unlimited. Amphibian, like the alligators and all that, Unlimited, like we have no limitations, at gmail.com. So we can bring this to you. So I wanted to make sure Kelly knew that I love her, I adore her. She has endured this like a good soldier. She's learned things with lots of humility, lots of little things that people don't understand go into it's a process, people. And do not ever wait until the last minute to do. We started planning in December.
Do it now.
So do it now. That's my shout out to Kelly and Miss Maggie's. I can't wait to meet Miss Maggie, because I did a summer camp here called Rolling with the Robinsons, because I have 6 kids at home, a dog and a husband. So I created a camp. So I understand what it's like to want to provide. And we were called Rolling with the Robinsons. So we were pretty cool. We had T-shirts and everything.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
And any shout outs? We talked about a couple folks, but there's going to be one person that's going to get left out.
I'm going to be like the pastor at church. He gets to call everybody, and then somebody in the audience, well, I was sick, and he ain't come see me. And everywhere you ain't tell nobody you was sick. Now you won't. I don't need nobody to talk and give me accolades, but you was upset because he didn't say your name.
There you go.
So, I have a lot of shout outs. I want to acknowledge Elena Lejeune. from the Alabama Fashion Alliance. I admire what she's doing here in the area. She has been a person who I've looked at, and she's motivated me to do things. And I remember her starting out with very little and moving up, and a lot of her models have moved on and done things. Barbara of Aura Graphics, I love her. She's always there. I can call her at the last minute. She's always doing anything I need. Dion Reeves, who is of the Runway Killers, and they just had an event last night. It was an awesome event. It's a movement. What is the movement?
Full Figure
Fierce. Yeah. Dion Reeves, Full Figure Fierce. Her endurance, her passion, everything that she does to that. Dion Harold of Model Haven Boutique, who gave me the opportunity to travel with her and be a very big part of what she's doing. All the photographers who have dealt with me, so many to name. If I start naming somebody gonna be upset because I didn't say their name. Y'all all know who you are. Lots of models and parents. I can't name them either because somebody get mad about that.
Oh yeah. I gave out all that money.
A lot of people, and I've already said JQ. So it was a lot of people who I looked up to and I looked at in this industry and saw the passion they had. And you know, everybody say we already know. To God be the glory for everything I've done, because remember I said six designers, 6 to 8, 40 to 60 models. Now we're at over 30, 17 on the waiting list, and up over 100 models. So and my husband right here, who's my backbone. He ain't gonna show y'all amphibian. He ain't gonna turn the camera on himself. He is our audio visual right. He's the audio visual guy, and so without him, none of this could be possible because he allows me to be the crazy me that I am.
Hey, well, that's what I'm talking about, man. So I definitely want to thank you for doing this.
And thank y'all. I can't forget that. You know, thank y'all for having me. You can't even shout out to everybody. Ain't saying nothing to me.
Hey, well, just by you being here, right. Just by you being here is a thanks enough. And you guys have a mic. You know, you guys have a place. You know, again, because we have to provide these outlets. You know, to tell people and to exchange and to be able to share information and have these platforms to do this. So again, without you, there's no us, you know, and then without all these other people, there's no you. So everybody's got to get in it to win it. You know, everybody's got to do it, but we got to do it the right way. Right. And by doing it, you know, to again on such a short notice, we just talked about this morning, and here we are today, you know, to do this. So thank you for taking the time out of your day. And you might have had plans to just kick up at the crib and just chill out and get ready for
I have
the week.
Work to do.
You know, and some work. So thank you.
Emails.
Yeah, thank you for this, and everybody that's watching live, you know, on all the pages. You know what I'm saying? Wendy's page, T-Mill, Miss Vonda, you know what I'm saying, for doing it. Bah, see, there we go right there. All right, everybody that's watching, thank y'all, and everybody that asks questions. Shout out to Lynette, Miss Lynette. We talked about doing the show. She's another model that is going to be providing a platform and doing. You'll hear a little more about that later. But and who else? So shout out. So speaking of shout out to everybody, In Tune with T-Mill. Before I even get to all that, y'all, let's make some noise for our guests. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely.
I have to make it because y'all ain't here.
Yeah. Shout out to our guests, man. And In Tune with T-Mill is powered by the Maitland Conservatory. That's where we are right now. Produced by Sun-Shyne Enterprises. Also is brought to you in part by Palisade Hills and a whole lot of other people, man. So thank y'all for doing it. Thank y'all for also Eric Echoes and everyone else, man. JQ, Marcus Sims, everyone that is supporting. Now, the Maitland Conservatory, this is where we are right now, strives to bring the inner talents to fruition. The Maitland Conservatory is a community-based contemporary arts and education entity designed to give students hands-on training and experience in areas such as music production, contemporary instrumental training, vocal coaching, leadership, and much more. Now, what makes them unique is their specialized curricula, their growth and matriculation concept, their infusion of positivity, their foundational edifice, leadership, and the core connection. So visit them right now or you can come holler at them through the week. Come down on I was gonna say New Orleans, North Parkway, and you know what I'm saying. Check them out and tell them that T-Mill sent you, or visit them at themaitlandconservatory.org. themaitlandconservatory.org. All right. So In Tune with T-Mill. Our special guests today were Wendy Robinson with the International Fashion Xplosion, not event, Xplosion. The International Fashion Xplosion, brought to you in part by Amphibian Unlimited and KP Productions. Yes. And also we talked to El Fuser about we had open topics, so make sure you guys are logging on, listening to In Tune with T-Mill. Wherever you listen to a podcast, we are right there. Subscribe on iTunes, subscribe on SoundCloud, wherever you listen to us at. Definitely make sure you hit us up, man. And whatever else, if you have any questions for our guests, make sure you drop them in the comments and we will be sure to get them to her. All right. So this is In Tune with T-Mill, and we will see you guys on the next episode.
Bye-bye.
All right?
Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to In Tune with T-Mill.
Hey guys, this is Ashley Abbott, event host and lifestyle expert. If you ever needed a second opinion or you just have a question, you can ask me. You can email or voicemail your questions to me and I'll answer them live on Paradox East Radio. To follow and subscribe, check out soundcloud.com/Paradox East.